Just at the center of the city stood a thickly shaded wood. This was the place where, when they landed, the Phoenicians first, hurled there by whirlwind and by wave, dug up an omen that Queen Juno had pointed out, the head of a fierce stallion. This had meant the nation's easy wealth and fame in war throughout the ages. Here Sidonian Dido was building a stupendous shrine for Juno, enriched with gifts and with the goddess's statue, where flights of steps led up to brazen thresholds. The architraves were set out on posts of brass. The grating hinges of the doors were brass. Within this grove, the sight, so strange to him, had for the first time stilled Aeneas's fear. Here he first dared to hope he had found shelter, to trust more surely in his shattered fortunes. For while he waited for the queen, he studied everything in that huge sanctuary, marveling at a city rich enough for such a temple, at the handiwork of rival artists at their skillful tasks. He sees the wars of Troy set out in order, the battles famous now through all the world. The sons of Atreus and of Priam, and Achilles, savage enemy to both. He halted. As he wept, he cried, Achates, where on this earth is there a land, a place that does not know our sorrows? Look, there is Priam. Here, too, the honorable finds its due, and there are tears for passing things. Here, too, things mortal touch the mind. Forget your fears. This fame will bring you some deliverance. He speaks. With many tears and sighs he feeds his soul on what is nothing but a picture. He watched the warriors circling Pergamus. Here routed Greeks were chased by Trojan fighters, and here the Phrygian troops pursued by plumed Achilles in his chariot. Nearby, sobbing, he recognized the snow-white canvas tents of King Rhesus, with his men betrayed, while still in their first sleep, and then laid waste with many dead by bloody Diomedes, who carried off their fiery war horses before they had a chance to taste the pastures of Troy, or drink the waters of the Xanthus. Elsewhere, young Troilus, the unhappy boy, he is matched unequally against Achilles, runs off, his weapons lost, he has fallen flat. His horses drag him on as he still clings fast to his empty chariot, clasping the reins. His neck, his hair trail on the ground, and his inverted spear inscribes the dust. Meanwhile, the Trojan women near the temple of Pallas, the unkindly, hair disheveled, sad, beating at their breasts, as suppliants they bear the robe of offering. The goddess averts her face, her eyes fast to the ground. 3 times Achilles has dragged Hector round the walls of Troy, selling his lifeless body for gold. And then, indeed, Aeneas groans within the great pit of his chest deeply, for he can see the spoils, the chariot, the very body of his friend, and Priam pleading for Hector with defenseless hands. He also recognized himself in combat with the Achaean chiefs, then saw the eastern battalions and the weapons of black Memnon. Penthesilea, in her fury, leads the ranks of crescent-shielded Amazons. She flashes through her thousands. Underneath her naked breast, a golden girdle, soldier, virgin, and queen, daring to war with men. But while the Dardan watched these scenes in wonder, while he was fastened in a stare, astonished, the lovely-bodied Dido neared the temple, a crowding company of youths around her. And just as on the banks of the Eurotas, or through the heights of Cynthus, when Diana incites her dancers and her followers, 1,000 mountain nymphs press in behind her. She wears a quiver slung across her shoulder, and as she makes her way, she towers over all other goddesses. Gladness excites Latona's silent breast. Even so, Dido. So, in her joy, she moved among the throng as she urged on the work of her coming kingdom. And then below the temple's central dome, facing the doorway of the goddess, guarded by arms, she took her place on a high throne. Dido was dealing judgments to her people and giving laws. apportioning the work of each with fairness or by drawing lots, when suddenly Aeneas sees, as they press forward through that mighty multitude, Sergestus, Antheus, and the brave Cloanthus, and other Trojans whom the black whirlwind had scattered on the waters, driven far to other coasts. Aeneas is astounded. Both joy and fear have overcome Achates. They burn to join right hands with their companions, but this strange happening confuses them. They stay in hiding, screened by folds of fog, and wait to see what fortune found their friends, on what beach they have left the fleet, and why they come. For these were men who had been chosen from all the ships to ask for grace, who now made for the temple door with loud outcries.